Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to take you on a tour through the MoneyTime program. So MoneyTime teaches financial literacy for kids. It's an online program aimed at 11 to 14 year olds and it is pretty fantastic. I've been really impressed by it over the past few months. I've seen some really positive changes in my kids' behaviours around money and especially entrepreneurship. So my teens have gotten a lot more motivation to earn and they seem to have more ideas and fewer barriers to doing the hard stuff related to earning. Now, I talk more about them in the blog post, so if you're not on the Fearless Homeschool site right now, make sure you take a look at that post. The link is in the description. Now, there's also a fantastic deal there, so if you do like the look of MoneyTime, make sure you check that out. You will get a pretty great discount on the program, so don't sign up for the full price. Check out the blog post to get your discount. Okay, so this is your child's dashboard inside MoneyTime. So this is what they will see when they very first begin. So this is Forrest's account. He hasn't started MoneyTime yet. We start doing computer-based learning at 12, so he will begin at the end of the year. Right now on his account, there's not a lot to see. Now you start off as a gardener over here with a net wealth of 0. And to earn money, you need to go to the modules. So MoneyTime is sequential, so you must finish certain modules to unlock other modules, and the progression really makes sense. So kids start off with the basics such as earning, saving and investing. They then move on to employment, so stuff like writing resumes and job applications, and they earn money for these too because you're building your net worth. I really love that the focus is on self-improvement as well as actual earning, because things like a great resume or the action of applying for work aren't activities you get paid for technically in real life, but they are what gain you the employment in the end. So once your kids have the basics of earning money, MoneyTime moves on to managing money with smart spending and budgeting. Now, only once you've got all that stuff under control does it actually move on to borrowing money and loans, which is great. It's putting the right things in place first. It's not just go out and get a credit card straight away. Next up after loans, we've got property. You can see that some of the modules have a P on them, like the mortgages here at 16p. So these are actually parent-child modules and you're meant to do them together. Now, I think this is a great feature because it enables us to really sit and learn with our children and to know what they're doing, and we get to be involved without actually taking over or needing to do all of the teaching. So I think it's a great balance. Right, so after property, we've got investments, so term deposits, property and shares. And after that, it goes on to business. I really like this section. I think it's been great for us. So since completing this, my girls have started a business making cloth masks. My kids are looking for business opportunities everywhere. They've been growing seedlings to sell. They're separating out our sourdough starter. Holly and Asher came back from working with the farm butcher the other day and said that he throws out all the bones, and they were thinking of taking them and selling them as dog bones. And it's fantastic. It's actually a big change because they just didn't really look at things this way beforehand. It's gotten them thinking outside the box, and it's got money and income more in their target range rather than being some sort of background thing that they don't need to really worry about yet because we're supporting them. Okay, so after business, it goes on to protecting your money. And finally, it goes on to the summary. So now I'll show you all the features in there, but I'll get onto Gabrielle's account because she has done a lot more of the course. So I've swapped to Gabrielle's account now. She's about 2/3 of the way through the modules. So you can see that she now has a high net wealth. She has bought a house and shares, and she's invested in her education. She's now a doctor and earning much more than the gardener. And she's also earned a number of achievements, and her quiz results for all of the modules are listed on this part of the dashboard. Now down the left hand side are the other options. So they have access to your everyday and savings accounts where you can view transactions and transfer money. This is very similar to actual online banking, and the savings also has the type and the amount of interest earned too. So that really is put front and center for the kids. Earning is the modules. So you can see that the completed modules are now colored in, and those with quizzes have the results listed up the top. Now if we go to spend, we find that the spend tab allows you to buy stuff for your avatar. So you don't actually have to buy anything for them, but you can blow a lot of money on fancy hair and clothes that you don't need, and you can see the negative consequences, just like real life. You can also donate to charity, which is presented as a good thing to do, even though it doesn't financially benefit you, and you win generosity medals at certain levels of donation. So I think that's a really great way to present it and incentivize it. And finally, you can invest. So education is seen as an investment, which I love. And you can also have property, shares, term deposits, and each option unlocks at a certain module. So you have to learn how each option works before you can actually go and apply that knowledge into your investments. It's not all sunshine and lollipops either. There have been real estate market crashes and stock market crashes, but the graph is still trending upwards. So it does seem to reflect real life conditions quite well. It is definitely focused more on long term. Okay, so now I'll complete a module so that you can see what it looks like as your child works through it. Okay, now we'll go through the modules and I'll complete the one about interest. I'll do it quickly, so please pause if you want to read every little bit, but this will give you a really good overview of what's included and how it all works. Okay, so this is the first screen that you'll see. It'll give you the approximate time taken to complete the module. None of them are very long. I think 20 minutes is the maximum, and it also shows you how much you can earn if you get all your quiz questions correct. You do have a calculator on the top of the screen at all times that you can access, so you don't need to jump around between other programs and apps. You can just stay in MoneyTime. Okay, so first of all, you get the welcome and introduction to what the module is about. And next of all, it's going over some keywords. Making a withdrawal, making a deposit, everyday account, interest, regular savings account. And then the arrow pops up and you can go on to the next bit. Introducing the term principal and explaining it a little bit more. So you see, it's great. There's not a lot of information on each page, so it's quite easy to digest, and the dialogue between the two characters is good. It helps enhance the concepts without adding a lot of blather to it. Next of all, introducing simple interest, and it gives you the maths for that. And again, interest calculator. So now's where your child gets to put in the numbers and apply the knowledge. So the numbers are already in this one. Press calculate, it shows you how much interest you'll earn. So now you get to put in your own numbers. So they want $2,000 at 4% per annum for 3 years. And there we go. You'll see you'll earn $240 of simple interest. Again, more explanation. And now compound interest and how it differs to simple interest. Got a quote here from Warren Buffett, and more about compound interest, and a bit more about compound interest. And now we go back to the calculator. So they want us to work out the interest earned on $100 at 10% per annum for 3 years. So there we go. So that's the same sum we did before, but with compound instead of simple. And now it shows us the difference in interest earned. So it really does try to emphasize that with compound interest, you will earn more interest, and it's better if you leave it a bit longer. So this one wants us to work out the simple and compound on $100 at 10% interest for 40 years. So we can see from that simple is 400, compound is over 11 times that. So that's a really great illustration of why compound interest is quite good. This graph is another way to illustrate it as well. So you can see quite clearly the straight linear simple interest and the exponential compound interest and the difference between them and how it works out for you over time. And so now you can put whatever you want in there. So how about we put $5,000 at 10% interest for 10 years. And there we go. We can see the difference between simple and compound, and kids can change the numbers in there, play around with it, and really get to know what the difference is. So now it's emphasizing that this is a long-term approach. And it's also saying that if you don't have lots to start off with, lots of small regular deposits are also a good way to go. So again, we're going to use another calculator. So if your monthly deposit is $100 a month and your interest rate is 5% for 10 years, so that's quite doable really for someone who's just starting out working part-time. And there we go, at the end we'll have this amount. So it's a really good way of showing kids that yes, little amounts do add up. Okay, so more about regular deposits, and now it's time for the quiz. So we'll go through that quickly. Now I like these as generally a humorous one. So in this way, the quickest way to save is hide your money. So it's good, it's got a bit of humour, but it doesn't take over. Let's just choose a compound interest. So the principal is that. It's nice and easy to navigate. And we've even got a calculator for it. So that one is $50 a month at 5% interest for 5 years. Ta-da! Again, start saving as soon as you start making money. work out your interest by using an online calculator. You can create wealth by depositing your money into an account with compound interest. We've got some more calculations here. So $5,000 at 6% interest for 7 years. Let's have a look. The amount of interest you earn depends on many factors. So that's getting kids looking at it from the factors they can and can't manipulate. And you make the biggest gains when you have a high interest rate and you leave it in for a long time. So there we go. That's the end of Module 3, interest. So it says you've got the score, got nothing wrong. Now, if I was doing this for the first time, then it would tell me how much I earned with my $200 per question. So that all goes into your net wealth. So there it is, that's MoneyTime. Now we love it. It is a really easy and effective way to learn real life financial skills and to help your kids be smart about money. So don't forget to head over to the blog and read the full review. And if you think that MoneyTime would be great for your family, there is also a discount there. It is incredibly affordable even at full price, and the discount makes it even better. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.